What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Celtics Daily Channel with me, Mike Zakarian. And we at least have some Celtics basketball to talk about today. Although I don't know if it was the prettiest of basketball. We're going to get into that in a little bit more. As always, if it is your first time here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe, all right? Let's boost those numbers, baby. We're up to 2,300. The Celtics Daily community is growing strong. Jokes aside, though, appreciate everybody who's been hanging around here. What have we been doing? We've been doing this since like April, maybe. I think we're up, or June. I think it was June. We're up over 150 vids now. All right, we're pumping out the sweet content. So I appreciate everybody that's been hanging out and having fun with us. And if you're new, welcome. The water's warm. Come on in. All right, let's get into last night's stuff. I had a lot of friends texting me. I had a lot of friends texting me last night who were actually at the game. As you know, we live over in New York City in the Queens area, and then a lot of people were like, "Hey, did you get to the game?" I'm not going to a Nets game. I'm not. You can't get me there. Can't get me there. Barclays is a little too far away. If it was Celtics Knicks, I'm in. But Celtics net, you're going to make me take the NW for an hour just to go watch Brooklyn basketball? I can't do it. Even if the Celtics were there. Watched them on TV, though. Watched them on TV, and proud to say, maybe I'm one of the only people in New York that was a Celtics fan that didn't have a turnover last night. I mean, the Celtics, man. They were just sloppy last night. And I want to start positive, right? We won the game, 113-99. For the first time, I think, this whole season, we're over 500. We are north of 500. We are 8-7, baby. We should take the W, pound the chest, do all the stuff. However, man, it was not a pretty one. After the first quarter, this is a tie game. Celtics take a 1-point lead into halftime, a 4-point lead into the fourth, and in the fourth they pull away a little bit. But I mean, this was still like a one-possession game, and it was just fugly, man. It was not good hoops. And I mean, JB, who I think JB, again, we've given him nothing but like love and flowers this entire season, outside of his hair falling off on other people's jerseys, but. He's been great. He turned the ball over just a million times. In 32 minutes, he had 8 turnovers yesterday. He did have 29 points, 9 for 19, got to the line 10 times. That was great to see. But, man, the 8 turnovers was tough. So he had 8. Pritchard had 3 turnovers. You had 3 from Simons, 1 from Luka. It was just kind of sloppy, man. That's too many. 19 turnovers as a team compared to the 13 that the Nets had. We did shoot the 3-ball well a little bit. And listen, Peyton Pritchard, who we've been hammering the last couple of days or last couple of weeks, really, like, Pritchard, when are you going to get going? He carried the season the first half. Finished the game 5 for 12 from 3. And that's like fine. Dude, you're going to miss 7 threes. Like 5 for 12 is a beautiful percentage. We'll take that every time. But the key with Pritchard, right, is because of the volume he takes these threes. Like he only needs to make 4, like 3 or 4. If you can do that, it's going to force the defense to react to your open looks, and that's going to make things easier for everybody else, whether it's down low, whether it's JB slicing and dicing, like that. You need it. You're just so desperate for it, and he seems to have found his confidence, his rhythm, slowed down quite a bit in the second half, but I think also like 10 boards, dude. He led the team in rebounding. Now, you guys aren't going to remember this. This summer, we talked about it. What did I say? I was like, Pritchard. Pritchard is a big board guy for considering how small he is. So, yeah, 10 boards for fast PP. Also had 5 dimes. Again, he was good. Derek White, 3 for 10 from 3. He finished with 15-5. He did his 4 stocks thing, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Nemi played 23 minutes. He had 6 and 7. Not the best Nemi performance. And then, yeah, like I said, Jaylen Brown, 29. Jordan Walsh got the start. Only played 11 minutes, though, was just fouling his ass off. Then, honestly, the Celtics do a couple things really well. They, sometimes. They shoot the 3-ball. And they foul. They foul so much, man. It is just next level fouling. All right. We had Nemi had 5. Derek White had 3. JB 2. Pritchard 1, Jordan Walsh 4. Luka Garza played 20 minutes. He had 4 fouls. Simons had 2. Shireman had 2. That is a total of what? Is that 24 fouls? 24 fouls to the... Well, Brooklyn was also out there fouling. But just a lot of slapping. On the Brooklyn side of stuff, Michael Porter Jr., he continues to play well in losses. So shout out MPJ. He had 25 points and 6 boards. Clowney at 13. I thought Clowney was pretty good. I like him, man. Let's free Clowney. Let's go. If we're talking about trading for Nick Claxton, let's go get Clowney. Claxton played 30 minutes. Didn't do too much, but he did rebound. Had 7 and 11. You had Terrence Mann, didn't do too much, and Yegor Damin, the rookie, he actually looked okay. 12 and 4 in his 23 minutes. And then off the bench was Zaire Williams, Day'Ron Sharp. But, like, these are the guys, right? This is starting five, right? We said Porter, Clowney, Claxton, Mann, Damon, and then it was Jalen Wilson, Zaire Williams, Danny Wolf, Day'Ron Sharp. Like, oh, man, this Brooklyn team's bad. And I know, listen, the spread was set at 10.5. The Celtics covered, so you're like, Mike, just take the W and shut up. And I get it. I should. But it's just, there was sloppy basketball. It's one thing if a team, like, if the team's just not good. But I just thought this was, they didn't seem focused. Even like JB early on, like just kind of, I don't know. I think they had the same attitude that I had when people were asking me if I wanted to go to the Brooklyn game. And I said no. They kind of seemed like they didn't want to be there either. So I don't know. I mean, we just take the W. We go over 500. The good news is we get another shot at them this weekend. What did I say? It's Friday, I think, is our next game. I believe I said Friday, right? Friday against Brooklyn again. And then again, like I said, a chance to get 2 games over 500. And with the rest of the Eastern Conference and how things are shaking out, puts them in a good spot. Yeah, they play on Friday at home against Brooklyn. And again, with what's going on in the East right now and this injury stuff, there was a tweet from Underdog yesterday, I think. I wanted to go check this out here. Let's go look at this. Let's go look at this quickly. Also, while I tried to pull this up, I saw Pat McAfee just tweeted a photo of him in the sauna, which means we've now gotten one of those and one from Bill Simmons in the last 48 hours. Guys, you don't need to do that. And maybe he's doing a bit making fun of him. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. All right, here we go. This is notable players that are out with an injury right now. Ready? Giannis Antetokounmpo, Wembanyama, Anthony Davis, Kawhi Leonard, Joel Embiid, Zion Williamson, Trae Young, Ja Morant, Jalen Williams, Paolo Banchero, Darius Garland, Jalen Green, Brandon Miller, Cam Thomas, Tyler Hero, OG Anunoby, Jaden Ivey, Christian Brown, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, Aaron Nesmith, Kelly Oubre, Bradley Beal, Jordan Poole, Keegan Murray, and Walker Kessler. And that doesn't even include Tatum, Halliburton, Kyrie, Dame Time, Freddie VanVleet, and DeJounte Murray. That's like... That is nuts. And it just like begs the question of like, what is it about the game now? Is it we're playing at such a fast pace? Because it's not like, I mean, there's still some load management going on, right? There's still guys not playing like 38 minutes. Like you'll see it tonight. The Warriors played Orlando last night. They're playing Miami tonight. I'm sure Steph and Draymond don't play, or at least one of them, or Jimmy, right? They're going to rest some guys. What's going on? What is going on? Is it just we're not we do know that like the league itself is playing faster this year. Even teams like Miami and Portland, who are known for their like defensive tenacity, they're playing at a high clip. It's a little concerning. I mean, I guess like the Celtics outside of Tatum are running kind of pure here health-wise. And I don't know, but it sucks for the league. It sucks for the league for sure. And hopefully this is more of a blip. But I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. But again, I just rattled off like so many guys in the East too. And so the Celtics getting up here to getting up above 500, and then hopefully up to 9-7 after the second Brooklyn game. I mean, again, they're flirting here. They're flirting. Only a game and a half outside. I'm sorry, only 2 games from the 2 seed. And I can't tell if this means that the Eastern Conference is so bad or so good. Like is it the Eastern Conference is so good that there's parity here? Like everybody, like each night outside of Brooklyn, Pacers, Wizards, and Hornets, right? Every game is like a toss-up. Or does it mean it's just so bad because every team is so bad that every game is a toss-up? But you compare it to the West, too. I mean, if the Celtics were 8-7 in the West, that would put them like in the 9 seed as well. So I don't know. Maybe the East and the West are a little bit closer. We always joke that the Eastern Conference is the church league compared to the West. But I don't know. Maybe there's just parity all over the league. It's like closer to the NFL than it is a typical NBA season. Where like normally in the NBA, I mean, the top half of the West is still like legit, right? OKC, Denver, and then Houston. And Houston actually plays Cleveland tonight, which is a pretty fun one to check out. But But yeah, like the top half of the top half of the West is still more impressive than the top half of the East. But I don't know. I don't know. I wanted to go back and talk about the bench mob here a little bit. Um, I just say the Sam Hauser stuff is kind of all over the place, and yeah, I just want to talk about the Celtics bench. I'm still rooting for Sam. I thought he had a better night last night in his 22 minutes. He was a plus 22, 8 for 7. He talked a little bit about it after the game about like trying to get into rhythm when not understanding the consistency of minutes and rotations, and that's something we've talked about in the past with like Joe Mazzulla. Like there's part of me. There's part of me that really likes how he's aggressive with like, if you're gonna miss assignments, gone. If you're not going to rotate appropriately, here's the bench, baby. On the other side, though, like it's hard for these guys to know what their role is and what's required of them when it's ever changing. And so, yeah, Hauser played 22 minutes. Simons played 26 minutes last night. He had 11, 5, and 4. I mentioned those 3 turnovers. Minot goes from starting to now playing 19 minutes off the bench. Tillman got 5 minutes out there. And then, like, yeah, Shireman, you never know when you're going to be called upon. But I do think, like, something that Luka Garza has been – a breath of fresh air. I think the energy that both like Luka and Minot bring to this team probably is exactly what Mazzulla's looking for. And even though they are going to do things that will drive him absolutely crazy and have them yank him off the court, I think that is what they're looking for. Hugo, Boucher, and Ron Harper Jr. Ron Harper's not surprising, but Boucher and Hugo still with coach's DNP. I think like looking at this bench it does feel like Sam Hauser might be on a different team. And maybe that's something we do later this week since the Celtics don't play again until Friday, maybe tomorrow or Friday morning. We'll put together some Hauser packages because it does kind of feels a little redundant. Like if you're not going to be, I don't know, it feels like the train is leaving. The train is leaving without Sammy right now. And I think the style of ball they're playing right now, like, yes, you need the 3-point shot there. You need it. But, I mean, I don't know if Minot's going to be taking them. Simons is taking them. Shireman's taking them. Maybe you use that Hauser contract, which is pretty desirable. And even if it's just getting assets for future, like for second-round picks, since the Celtics are pretty bare when it comes to the second-round picks of the future. And not that you're using those to draft, but just assets to move around. And it kind of feels like Sammy might be out the door sooner rather than later. We kind of already poked around the league a little bit, but I just wanted to, since the Celtics don't play for a little bit, let me give you some stuff to watch tonight. All right, if you need a little league pass action, if you need some games to scoop up, I don't know what we got on ESPN Rockets Cavs. I mentioned that one. That's pretty fun. Rockets and Cavs. Early game, that's an exciting one. Rockets have been playing. Listen, you can't watch the Celtics. You can watch Ime Udoka, though. You can watch Udoka. And then who knows? Maybe it'll be a blowout. You get some J.D. Davison minutes. After that, Hornets, Pacers, Raptors, Sixers, whatever. Warriors, Heat, not as fun because the Warriors are on the back-to-back. You want to see just something a little crazy? Thunder and Kings play tonight. The spread's 18.5. That's some football shit. But the late game is Knicks and Mavericks. So if you want to see some Cooper Flag on at 9:30, Cooper Flag against the Bing Bong Boys, see how the Knicks do. See if Jalen Brunson's back. He was walking around in a boot, but apparently he's questionable. Speaking about questionable, let's get into some of your comments. How about that for a transition, huh? Professional stuff here. And then before we do that, just a reminder, if it's your first time hanging out with the gang, hit the subscribe, all right? Let's get those numbers up. Boost the algo, baby. All right, let's go. Let's get into some of your comments. We got Alan Hoover. Alan Hoover says, Luka and KP didn't work out in Dallas. You know what will work out? Luka and Tingus Pingus for Banner 19. Man, Tingus Pingus is such a brutal nickname. It's brutal. I'm here for it. Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? Let's get. I just don't know. Like Wesley Lee, who commented on this the other day, also said yesterday, I'm 100% confident he'll take a vet minimum, and we trade Sammy Hauser for him if it's possible. I guarantee he'll take it. Just like you said, everywhere else he left sour. Except for Boston. Bring JT back, and we go from there. Boston strong, baby. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of, I think Porzingis can still get his 18 to 25 a year, right? And for him to just be like, you know what's fine? $4 million. That's a lot of million. That's a lot of million. So I don't know. I don't know. AJB says, I don't think KP can be re-attained by the Celtics this season. The only way to use Simon's contract to get KP would be if the Celtics extend him and then do a sign-and trade in the offseason. If KP is willing to take the 15 mil, there is a sign-and trade that could be done involving Sam's contract if that were to happen. Simons is gone by trade deadline for sure. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Simons and Sam are going to be gone. I think, like, I don't think they're trading for Porzingis midseason because you're right. I think because he just left, you're not allowed to like go get him again. I don't think they're trading for him midseason. I thought that he would be great in Atlanta. I mean, he has been great in Atlanta. I know he missed last night's game too. Atlanta lost a tough one to Detroit. But I'm confused about what's going on with Porzingis. I really am. I'm confused why that's not working for Atlanta. And maybe Atlanta's just saying, hey, we know we're not going to be able to extend him, and KP is looking for money. So let's see if we can get something back for him. And if that's the case, if that's kind of the contract negotiation or the conversations that are being had behind closed doors between Porzingis' agent and the front office, then he's probably not coming to Boston either. But it's fun to think about. I'm just going to throw the Kings out there again, too. They're going to be blowing it up any day now. I mentioned they're 18.5-point underdogs tonight against the Thunder. Yeah, I mean, Sabonis isn't playing. He's going to be on the block. I don't know. Sabonis will be the most expensive piece. DeRozan, Levine, Russ. I mean, everybody's going to be on the block. Everybody. That team, the vibes are so bad. Get rid of them. Get rid of them all. Get rid of me. We're going to call it there. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow, maybe with some fun trade slop. Otherwise, we'll catch you for the next Celtics Daily app. Thanks for hanging out.